Greetings, good people, and welcome to the Goddess Spot Wisdom. Coming on to give you guys a reading on this beautiful Friday. So pulling up, this could be a resourceful reading for you, okay? TGIF, for those of you who don't have to work, right? Yes, Fridays suck if you still have to get up and go to work on Saturday. But nevertheless, it is a vibe, right? The weekend brings its own energy. It is its own frequency. So even if you have to work, a lot of times you still feel the ease and the fun of the energy on the weekends, right? If you want to. If you want to. You know, our frequencies are available if you want them. Newbies, hello. Thank you for being here. I hope that you do choose to subscribe and stay. You are welcome here. OGs and returnees and my newly subscribers, sending love from my heart to yours, okay? All of y'all, whoever, however you're here, whatever your status is on my page, I appreciate you being here, okay? More than you know. Thank you, sweet spirit, for using me as a trusted and true vessel to bring about a message for the collective that will soon be here to view this reading. Show me clearly the message and who it is for. Thank you for the light. Thank you for life. Ooh, thank you for the clarity. Reveal what needs to be revealed. Okay, we're coming upon a full moon in Pisces very soon. You're gonna have knowledge of how to address something that you've been avoiding, something you've been escaping. It's necessary for you to face it because you have to release it, and you can't release something that you are avoiding and escaping from, okay? So get ready for that. Could be something very minute, could be something, you know, huge, humongous, colossal. So it's up to you. Everybody's life and experiences and challenges are different, so place that energy where it belongs. Each of us know what those things are, though. This isn't something new that's going to come all of a sudden. This is something that's probably been brewing since the new moon in Pisces in February, okay? So get it together and be honest with yourself. Thank you, Sweet Spirit, for the jumpers. If any jumpers, please reveal yourself. Okay. Let's see what this first jumper was. Oh, something. I'm not keeping those. I like it when they come out one at a time. All right, the Queen of Wands. Okay. Queen of Wands. First card out. Coming on, show me clearly. Reveal yourself, jumpers. Thank you, Sweet Spirit. Ten of Wands. Okay, fiery. Am I talking to the fire signs? Am I talking to Aries, Leo, Sag? What am I talking about? What have you created for yourself that could now be a burden? That could now be too much of a responsibility? Show me clearly. Three of Cups. Oh, Lord. Fire signs, what have you gotten yourself into? Now, here you go. You done manifested something. It has come into fruition. You wanted this, and now it's too much responsibility. Now it's too much for you because you're probably putting in more than the other person. The Ten of Wands is a card of overextending, and when you realize that you've been overextended and you realize there's been no reciprocity, you realize that you've been putting in more work and more energy, more time, more of yourself than the other person involved. And now you like, nope, I'm finna drop all this shit. All I'm gonna take is what my hands can hold. So you were passionate about something. I don't know if this is a relationship, a business, something you picked up. And I'm talking to anybody. I'm not just talking to fire signs, but fire signs, if you're here, you already know what this is, because I am talking to you for sure. But I'm talking to someone who picked up something. It was considered a passion. Queen of Wands is a very passionate card, okay? So it's a person who's very, very focused and enthused and confident about something that they're passionate about, okay? Well, you got it. Whether it was a person, place, thing, experience, you got it. Then it became a burden. Then it became a burden. And you said, no, I'm doing too much. This is a burden. This is a struggle. I want to put it down. It feels like it has something to do with, well, it could be a business, because the Three of Cups speaks on community. It speaks on friendships. It speaks on celebrations, initiations. Did somebody get initiated into something? You wanted to be a part of some type of spiritual a tradition, some type of spiritual path, and now it's becoming a little too much because they want money. You got to do all this studying. Some of y'all might have to travel. You know, it's asking you to do things that you're not wanting to do or willing to do anymore. Okay. I am getting really big celebratory energy. So you may have had some type of party or some type of you were honored somehow, or something was thrown. Some type of event may have been thrown for you. Like for some of y'all, this could be a business. Oh shit. You just started a business and you already like, oh hell no, all of this red tape, all of this is too much. You may have had some type of ribbon cutting ceremony celebrating something, and it's already becoming too much. Or again, I could be speaking to a relationship. Did you just get married? Did you get proposed to? Oh Lord, let me pull some more. But it happens all the time. That kind of stuff happens all the time. Oh, wow. I know. Let me pull some more. Somebody jumped out into something. Oh, don't you fall on the floor. Keep both of these out. They're trying to fall on the floor. Page of Swords. And then the Seven of Cups. So you want to lay the burden down. Something tells me your ego maybe even though you're physically tired of it, you don't really want to do it anymore. But I think you're getting ready to try to uphold it because you don't want the gossip that's going to come behind. You don't want to hear the gossip, or you fear the gossip that's going to come behind you letting this thing go. I can hear you feeling like you don't want people to think that you couldn't do it. You couldn't maintain it. You don't want to hear the whispers, oh, I knew. So I'm getting the feeling that I'm talking to someone who you, maybe in the past, you've not had good endeavors. So maybe I don't want to say you're known for, but you may have had a few hiccups in the past, whether it's relationships, starting businesses, things that you were passionate about that you started that you didn't complete, or they flopped, they failed. And I think maybe you may be trying to hold on to whatever this is up here to save face, okay? You're painting a pretty picture. Deep down on the inside, you don't want this thing anymore up here. You don't want to do it anymore. I think you are weighing your options, okay? You're weighing your options. You are looking at the pros and the cons, trying to make it make sense, because, again, I don't think you want... It's something about gossip. The Page of Swords is very gossipy. It's something about gossip that is, I don't know if it's fueling you. Let me just pull. It doesn't feel like it's fueling you. It feels like it's going to make you, the fact that you don't want to endure gossip about said thing is making you, it's like you're and I know I'm making sure that I say the exact words, because a lot of words are being downloaded into my mind, but not all of them are the perfect word. It's almost like you're weighing all the options before you throw the towel in. But you're only weighing these options because you don't want your ego, your pride, your confidence to be tested, challenged by the gossip that may occur behind you getting that divorce, breaking up, closing down that business. You feel me? And a lot, there's something from the past that wasn't healed. So again, I feel like the gossip could be, dang, she just got married. She was married 4 years ago, and she married again, and they already done broke up. Oh, he was married 7 years ago. It didn't last. It only lasted 2 years. Now he's married again. They finna go. Oh, they started a business in 2020. It's already shut down. Or, you know what I'm saying? It's like that. You are very caught up in what the gossip may be behind you giving up on this thing. But, however, I know I keep shuffling, but I keep getting more information on just these 6. I think you tried. Like, it's not, I don't think you're giving up. I think you did try, but something is just not panning out to be what you envisioned it being. It's not what you created. See, you created something in your mind. You saw it in your mind's eye first. Queen of Wands is very clever energy. It creates on sight. Whatever you create comes to pass very quickly. Queen of Wands energy is feisty energy. It's creator energy. So you had them, you seen something in your mind's eye. You went for it. You manifested it. But I believe you also quickly got burned out because it did not align with what you saw in your mind's eye. It did not come through the way you saw it. I think you were putting a whole lot into said thing, but you did not get anything. I ain't gonna say you didn't get anything. You didn't get out of it what you put in it. It did not bring a harvest. It did not bring reciprocity. Okay, so you got to place the energy where it belongs, because for some of y'all, this is a business. For some of y'all, this is a relationship. For some of y'all, it's some type of spiritual journey. Okay, and etc. It could be so many other things, but those are the ones that I am picking up on: a relationship, a business venture, or a spiritual journey. Okay, show me more, show me clearly. Whatever it is, it just did not. The fruits of your labor were not. Yeah, see, oh, crap. 4 of Wands. It came out in the reverse. I don't read reversals, but sometimes I will incorporate the reversal meaning, even though I keep the card in the upright. But the 4 of Wands, in the upright, it does talk about rewards and accolades, right? But in the reverse, it's the opposite of that. You saw no fruit. You didn't receive the fruits of your labor. You didn't receive the rewards. You didn't receive the money that you thought. You didn't receive the commitment that you thought you were going to get. Something did not pan out, you guys. And I'm seeing it in your cards today. If you're resonating with this reading, go ahead and hit that like button. Something didn't pan out. Now, what I want to know now, and I'm going to ask Spirit to show me directly, what I want to know now is this for the best? Is this for your good? Is shutting this down, is releasing that person, becoming single again, divorcing, coming off that path, is all of that favorable for you? Should you let this thing go? Or should you keep fighting for it? So that's what I want to know now. Thank you, Spirit, for giving me the direct clarity on what I just asked. Show me clearly. Okay, so we got 2 cards. The 9 of Pentacles came out in the reverse, but I'm going to put it in the upright. And then the 5 of Swords. No, now I don't tell people what to do. I am just a reader, a divine one at that. But if you are here and you're asking in your head my opinion, I think you need to get back to the drawing board. It's time to do something new, revisit a new plan. I mean, revisit or get a new plan going, because the 9 of Pentacles came out in reverse. On a normal upright reading, that's attainment. That's you getting everything that you went in there for. The Nine of Pentacles is one card away from complete fulfillment of the Ten of Pentacles, which talks about having all your ducks in a row. Your family's good. Financially, you're good. From a real estate standpoint, you're good. From a body standpoint, like mind, body, spirit, all is well when that Ten of Pentacles hit. Well, this is not the Ten of Pentacles. This is the Nine of Pentacles, but it was in the reverse. So there is something in the way of you even getting to that Ten of Pentacles, right? There was no attainment, which is what I've been saying before these cards even came out. There was no attainment. Something stopped the fulfillment and the attainment. And I do believe that it just, whatever you put into this, you just didn't get you didn't get anything out of it from the other parties that were supposed to put their part in. Right? I'm getting the energy of Libra. I don't know if I'm talking to a Libra or the other party was a Libra, but they did not pull their own weight. They did not bring to the table what you thought they were going to bring to the table. And I don't even know if they said they were going to bring this to the table. Maybe you were so hyped up and I'm getting the word overzealous. You were doing so much, putting so much in that when you looked back and you was like, wait a minute, whoa. And why am I the only one putting in? Why am I the only one giving? Why am I the only one doing? Okay? There was no attainment. There was no attainment. There was no Nine of Pentacles. Okay? Sometimes I like to flip the numbers. Okay? So we know 9 flipped is a 6 of Pentacles. So if this was the 6 of Pentacles, this will be talking about giving and receiving. Okay? If this was the 6 of Pentacles in the reverse, it would show exactly what I am saying to you, that there was no reciprocity. 6 of Pentacles is about reciprocity. Okay? No reciprocity. There was no giving. There was no receiving. You know what I'm saying. You were doing all the giving and they were doing all the receiving. There was no you give and receive, they give and receive. It was none of that. It was just you giving, and them receiving. If this was a relationship. To the business, it was you giving, putting all your days and nights into this, all these hours of staying up and, doing whatever it was. Maybe you baked cookies and you were baking just to get 0 customers the next day, right? So place the energy where it belongs. And if this is spiritual, maybe you realize that you were a part of a practice that really drained you. It needed, and this feels more initiation based. Not a spiritual journey that you've chosen to go on yourself individually. It feels like you may have, for those of you who are resonating with this, and it's about a religion or a spiritual practice, you went in having to give and dedicate so much of yourself, but you're not seeing anything in return. Now, this is not to question your gods, goddesses, deities, higher forces. I'm not speaking that you're not getting anything out of your higher beliefs or the spirit guides that come along with your religions and your spirituality. I'm talking about, I'm thinking that it's probably coming from the high priestess, or if it's spiritual, if it's African spirituality, the Babaloas. You're not getting what you need from your guiders, your assisters. They are needing more of you, needing more money. You got to be here. You got to do that. You can't do this. And you're like, wait a minute. I'm not even reaping any benefits of this yet. I don't even see my life changing yet. I've already given so much. I should be seeing some type of results. Okay. So there is conflict. For many of you, it is mental conflict because it's coming off the back of what I just said. In your mind, you're looking and saying, nah, something ain't right because I'm doing all the giving. I am not receiving anything. That can bring a lot of mental conflict. Now, for some of y'all, this conflict may be physical. You may be under someone if it's spiritual, or you may be working with someone if this is a business endeavor, or you may be with someone if it's a relationship that's very, very confrontational. Okay, the Five of Swords also speaks about somebody who has the tongue of a sword. The things they say cut deeply. It's like they purposely talk crazy. Okay, they purposely say things to you that they shouldn't say, or they don't know how to speak. This is somebody who lacks healthy communication. Okay, this doesn't feel like your energy. It doesn't feel like you're the one lacking the communication or lacking the healthy communication. This feels like you may be around someone who's a part of whatever it is that you've invested in, and they lack healthy communication. Okay, place the energy where it belongs. This could be mental, or this could be very physical, but there is conflict. Okay, there is conflict. Do I feel like you should move forward with trying to make this thing work? No. But am I you? No. You have to tap into your own intuition. You have to ask yourself those hard questions. Okay? You have to ask yourself those hard questions. Hopefully this reading is confirming something. Y'all, don't make it fit if it's not your story. Okay? Don't make it fit if, just because, you enjoy the way I read that, and I love that. Thank you so much for being here. But you know your story. I don't. This is a very general reading. But if I'm touching on some key points that you've already thought about, or you've already had a conversation about with someone else, and then I'm just confirming what you were already thinking, then that's how you know a reading is for you, right? Yeah, somebody killed your vibe. Something killed your vibe. You were passionate about something, got it popping, got it up, got it going, and then boom, something killed the vibe. Something killed your creative energy. And it feels like it's just not, the results are just not coming in. The results that you desired are not coming in. That you got the and this is for some of you, you got that dream person and realize, oh, they just look good. They don't have a lick of sense. They don't know how to, they're not creative. They don't take initiative. They're not even confident. I got to keep confirming them and gratifying them and, affirming them. Like some of y'all, that's how you feeling about somebody that you just recently got with, recently married, engaged to, for those of you who are resonating with this, because it's about a relationship. Your person might look real good. They're very seductive, maybe. They may be very, just very attractive. A lot of chemistry, but dumb as a bag of rocks. And you're just now realizing it. You're like, oh, shit. That motherfucker can't do nothing but look good. That's it. Ooh, okay. Show me more. Show me clearly. If there is more, sweet spirit. If there is more. Spirit told me to take that, and I will. The Magician. Yeah, you manifested this. See, that's why. Listen, I said that earlier. This is the work of you. You manifested this entire situation because, listen, fire energy is very manifesty. It's producer energy. It's creative energy. You manifested this, and in your mind, you saw it playing out one way, but the reality is a whole nother way. Some of y'all, listen, and I teach this when I take on clients and teach them, how to construct spells and, how to do your own thing your own way, right? But one thing I say that you should never deviate from is how to write a petition. There's a certain way petitions need to be written, or if you're just verbally speaking them, there's a certain way that they need to be said, okay? Now, I say that to say this. When you are manifesting, you have to say what you mean and mean what you say, because the universe gives you exactly what you say. It does not read in between the lines. It does not calculate what it thought you might. No. So a man thinketh and saith, so it is. So I may be speaking to some of you all who have manifested, you did some magic spell, whatever, a ritual, and your words or your petition, your thoughts, or whatever you used to really push energy into your spell, you were not direct. You were not ironclad You know, this is what I want. This, you left out some key points. I remember one time I helped a young lady manifest, you know, a relationship. Um, and it was certain things that I told her to put on her petition, but I can't tell you how to write your petition. I can't tell you what to say, but I can give you, you know, tips. And she kept saying that she wants a husband. She wants a husband. So I said, okay, well, you write that. Well, lo and behold, she got a husband, but it wasn't her husband. She just put that she wants a husband. So she did meet a man who was a real good cheater. He was somebody else's husband. Okay? So that's really how this shit works, you guys. You got to be very specific and very detailed in your words, in your thoughts, and in your words and your thoughts on your petitions, especially if you're going to align it with doing some type of spiritual work, some type of spell, some type of ritual. Okay, so I feel like some of you may have did that. You saw it in your head how you wanted it, but you did not necessarily dot all the I's and cross all the T's. Okay, so what you saw in your mind's eye was one thing, but the results of what you saw are something else. And the something else is just those little things that you forgot to cover. Okay, it's those that you know, you just forgot to do some of the small detailed things before you put the stamp of approval on whatever this creative, passionate thing it is that you manifested. Okay, I do believe that you're going to reconvene. You may reshuffle the deck and do this thing again, just in a very, very particular way, looking at all the specifics, looking at all the directs. Or you may say, nope, I'm done with that. I've already done it a few times. It didn't work. It's time for me to move on and do something else. Either way, don't allow the past, if there were some failures in the past, and don't allow this, if you deem this as a failure, don't allow this to make you too sensitive. Everything that we endure that feels like a failure is just room for you to learn from it and grow and go higher. Okay, so don't look at, you're not a failure. The business was, the relationships, you know, the spiritual path, whatever, however you are resonating with this, not a failure. Not a failure. Just making sure that your next creative project, you're very clear on what it is that you want and what you don't want, right? So maybe that's another little sprinkle that you can put in there when thinking, when praying, when meditating, when manifesting, however you do whatever it is that you do. You can speak on how you want to see things and what you don't want, because some people think, well, if I say this is what I want, then it's clear what I don't want. No, that's not clear. So speak on, call in what you want, and make sure you click, you know, what's the word? Make sure you clear it by stating what you don't want. I want a husband, not someone else's husband, my own good man that will become my husband, right? Very clear, very distinct, very specific, very direct on what it is that you want to see in your next endeavor. Okay. Thank you for being here. If this resonated with you, go ahead and give me that like, subscribe if you haven't, share if you feel like someone else needs to hear this. I conclude.